Chapter 6. A Brush with Death. In 1562, the Queen got very sick. Elizabeth's face broke out in small white bumps, the telltale signs of smallpox. Until a vaccine was discovered in the 19th century, smallpox was often fatal. Those who survived it often had terrible scars from the disease. When her doctor diagnosed smallpox, the Queen screamed for that she wanted another doctor. She was terrified. During the 1500s, people did not live nearly as long as they do today. Because doctors did not understand about germs and bacteria, illness spread quickly. And because doctors did not have modern medicines, many common illnesses resulted in death of the patient. The plague. In 1563, a deadly disease known as the plague broke out in London. The plague had struck before and struck again while Elizabeth was queen. It was also called the Black Death because one of its symptoms was a horrible blue-black sores. From 1347 to 1351, the sickness wiped out 1/4 of Europe's population. In towns and cities where people lived close together, the disease spread faster than in the country. There were epidemics of the plague in London while Elizabeth was queen. During the outbreaks, the Queen fled to the countryside. There was no cure, nor did anyone know its cause. Now we know fleas on infected rats spread the plague. Death was such a part of life that popular children's nursery rhyme from the 1600s, Ring Around the Rosy, is thought to be about the plague. A ring o' roses describes the spots that appeared on the victim's skin. The pocketful of posies refers to the bouquets of flowers that people carried around to mask the smell of dead bodies. With no cure for smallpox, Elizabeth's doctors were helpless, and so were her advisors. The days went by, and she did not get better. The Privy Council called an emergency meeting. Who would take the throne if she died? Robert Dudley assembled an army of 6,000 soldiers to guard the castle. If word got out about the Queen's illness, there could be a rebellion. The doctor then decided to wrap the Queen in yards and yards of red fabric. Only her face and one of her hands were left uncovered. When this was done, he placed Elizabeth in front of a roaring fire. For some reason, the Queen recovered. To this day, no one knows why, and no one knows for sure if Elizabeth was scarred from the disease. A lady-in-waiting caught smallpox from the Queen, and had such terrible scars that she never let anyone see her again. As she grew older, Elizabeth wore heavy white makeup. Perhaps this was to cover up the scars. However, no one really knows. All the paintings of the Queen done after her illness still show her with flawless skin. Only 30, the Queen had survived a brush with death. Now more than ever, her Privy Council wanted her to have someone next in line for the throne of England. And not far away, in Scotland, another queen had eyes on Elizabeth's throne, too.